So everybody wanted to talk to you before you got here, right?
Yeah.
Because, well, we had a good period, sort of.
We did, and that's a lot of pucks flying out on that
I know.
rink right now.
I bought mine, emptied out of the outreach here today. They're the chuck a puck, so I bought whatever, and I said, well, just give them to some kids and throw them away.
Yeah.
But I still get the winnings. They can throw the puck, but I get the winnings. Okay, well, Sarnia's thing, right? 3-2, right?
Yep.
And I have to tell you, like, it seemed like they were working hard out there. But I still sort of felt like Owen's sound attack was kind of put more pressure on us than we were on them. I mean, although we got the 2 goals.
I'm not going to disagree with you. I think, and I think the frustration's starting to show now.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, right. From who? From Owen Sound or from the Sting?
Well, I think right now, honestly, I think Owen Sound is having a hard time with that period of hockey. You know, they're still playing their same sort of game, and we kind of. Well, I don't want to say we fully stepped up yet, but I mean we certainly. Match some of the intensity there on occasion. And
we were in the right place at the right time, obviously.
Yeah, clearly.
I will say that one, so it was Nolan Burke and Nolan DeGursey. The one from DeGursey. Like, he was, he wasn't quite to the blue line, but he was far enough away. And there was so much going on in front of that net when he took that shot. And it reminded me of curling. How are they going to get that little thing to go around there and go in there? And he just found the spot. And that, I think, is one of those examples of taking the shot. The shot.
Well, and
it doesn't have to be perfect every time.
No, but it was that creative shot-making thing.
Yes.
Like, I think, he comes in. He's got a very narrow window to make it into the net, and he found it. And I think Nolan DeGursey is, we've been missing him because I think, of all the members of the team, I think he's one of those players that absolutely knows how to do that, just like Ty Voigt. I'll put Max Nemexnikov in that category as well in terms of our shot makers, and we just need more of that happening for sure. Let's get it on their stick. But I think. One of the things I didn't mention it yet, but in the first period I really saw, and a little bit in the second, was that our passing, they're passing it in behind the guy. So if your momentum is going forward, you want to put that puck, you want to pass that puck to where they're going to be, where they're about to be, so that they can take it, pick it up and go, You fire it in behind them, you're slowing their momentum, you're stopping them up, dragging them back, or you got to scramble to make something happen. And I think I've seen that just a little too often.
Well, and with
recently.
that also goes along with it. Some of the passing, it's like the puck's being, brought out from when they're in our end. We're shooting it back out, but we're shooting it out to them. Like we're passing it to them.
Yeah,
it seems like,
they certainly are picking it.
We're not looking around before we do that sometimes. Yeah. And I think sometimes, and I'm feeling like in several of these past few games, that's a desperation pass.
I think so. I think it's it's your last chance. I just need to get it out. That also comes from that one-handed stick.
I was going to say,
I've
seen a lot. I've seen a lot of. I never noticed that till you brought it up weeks ago.
It's crazy.
And now it's everywhere.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wow, I never ever really noticed it that much before.
Yeah.
And there's there's only a few key guys that really do it, but it's like I don't understand it.
Yeah.
And I'm also missing the fact we're still not putting the pressure on just enough. We're not chasing towards them enough. I feel like we're still kind of. Right. When they have the puck, we're kind of waiting. Okay, go ahead and make your move, and I'll see if I can be there. Yeah. Is that fair to say?
No, I think that's 100% fair to say. Absolutely. And I think the unfortunate thing for me is one of our more aggressive players, one of the guys who tends to take it to the other team, Nolan Dan, is now gone for the game. And I
don't know what happened there.
Yeah.
That was a long period of waiting for a decision that.
And I think it was.
And honestly, didn't see
bad.
it. It's not what I thought was coming out of that.
No, me neither.
And I don't think Coach Alan Letang was impressed.
Well, and I think like there was a lot going on at a bunch of different spots on the ice in that case.
It was.
And I think some of the stuff that got missed was the Owen Sound player that was doing the full double cross check, trying to get our guy
bending him over the bench
and trying to get him to fall into our own bench. I mean, come on.
That's why I was like, why was there nothing
really?
There? I don't know. I didn't realize.
That's a desperation move, a frustration move.
Things that are happening down there, I found it interesting. So when after the decision was made and the referee went over to talk to Coach Alan Letang, Brad Staubitz was kind of right there, and then he walked away, and then the referee was trying to talk to him as well, and he got the. It seemed like, of course, I could be just reading it wrong, but it seemed like he was like,
just go away.
Just talk to him.
Yeah.
Because I think he was holding on to his tongue.
Yeah. Well, you know what? And I'm surprised because, frankly, kudos to Coach Letang for hanging on to it because, frankly, in some of these moments, I can tell you I would not be as eloquent.
No. And again, upstairs in the beginning of this period, I get that view, and I looked over to Dylan Sika, and I kind of smiled, and then those 3 goals, he was shaking his head every time because he knew. Now that being said, I will come around to the other side of the coin to show his real fun side. When the goal was going off, and they play the and all the things going on, he was bopping his head up there, and he's like going yeah, and I'm like, well, good for you, like for holding on to something.
I entertain my whole section with that, but when that music comes on, let me tell you.
Well, what's the alternative, I guess?
Exactly.
All right.
You got to stay positive somehow, right? In all of this, you got to stay positive.
We have a saying around here. It's you would say, "How you doing?" And we always respond with, "Not too high, not too low." Not too high, not too low. But some days, it's really, really hard.
Well, some days it's a roller coaster. That's for sure.
Right. All right. Well, about 7.5 minutes away before this thing take back to the ice. I'm predicting a real aggressive third period from the Owen Sound attack, and it'll be interesting to see if that's what happens, how the Sarnia Sting react to that, because we are because of the youngness in our team that you talked about, pre-game there, feeling the maturity, I guess.
Yep.
We tend to not react well to that.
Well, I get you, but you know what? The truth is, right now we have ourselves a game.
That's true.
We have
set up.
Managed to put ourselves back in this game. We're only 1 goal away.
Well, we took the insurance away from
them.
That's
you know what? So, everybody's going to have to play hockey this round, and I think it's going to be an interesting third period.
Well, and if you can get 2 more goals and hold them at 3, you win.
Yeah, 100%.
Right. So,
but before we go, I also want to
go ahead.
One quick shout out. Our girl Cindy Tiltman is retiring, and I just wanted to put a quick shout out to her because you know what? I can't tell you how many times I've called the box office and got a hold of Cindy, and she has just been 100% awesome for as long as she's been here, and I'm sorry to see her go because she's been she's been absolutely stellar in that box office.
And she does a lot. She doesn't just sell tickets.
100%.
She's looking at. I can say the same for Cindy. She's helped me out over the years, even before my involvement with the Sarnia Sting.
Sure.
So
she's been terrific. But
she's upstairs in a suite today. The Sarnia Sting are taking good care of her and treating her with.
Brian Little, I think, has taken over. From what I heard,
I believe so.
Brian Little's taken over, and I know Brian as well.
There you go.
And he's a super great guy. So. I think the box office is still in good hands.
For sure. Congratulations, Cindy.
But congratulations, Cindy. We love you.
Right on. All right, post-game press conference, of course, coming up. hopefully we don't see Coach Letang.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
No offense, Al.
That'd be nice.
I love you, but just know when
the
we
Freddie
see
Flintstone walk.
Right. Okay. Boy, I don't know if he drinks, but I'm gonna treat him. Even if he doesn't, I'll buy him a double. All right. I'm David Burrows on behalf of my friend Jay Peckham.
Go Sting, go! Yeah.